So the All Blacks just got themselves their second win over France of the series. They do retain the cup and a 43 points to 17 victory, much more of a margin than what we saw in Test match number 1. Overall, some players stepping up throughout this contest. I will say France, compared to that first game, at times just didn't quite seem to be in this match. The set piece was a bit more of a problem. Couple early steals going the way of New Zealand, and the ill discipline of France also costing them here. But looking through at this match, we saw 6 tries scored by the New Zealanders. Cam Roigard, the sneaky snipe down the short side for the first try. It was a different play that we hadn't really seen before from the All Blacks this season. I don't know whether it will come back now that other sides will be anticipating it, but Christian Leo Willie sold it perfectly while Savia and Roigard did go to the short side. We also did see Ardie Savia score himself a try in this contest. He had a stand-up performance as the skipper. Cody Taylor got one off the rolling maul. We also saw Rieko Ioane running a try down the wing. Will Jordan did get one, but that's expected because he's Will Jordan. And then Tupovai, the man who did get the other, although a bit of concern around Tupovai as in the final moments of that game, he did actually go off with a head knock. He ate Cameron Wackie's knee, so hopefully he will be all right to continue. But if not, we could see some more changes taking place in Scott Robertson's side for the next contest. Then for the French, I thought Lee Garrick had a pretty strong game from 9 once again. Theo Atasogbe, anytime he got a bit of space, seemed like he was going to be able to bring quite the impact. Leo Barre in the number 15 jersey, he slotted in quite nicely, of course, getting a couple opportunities for France in the past, but it just seemed to be the reshuffle backline as well as the 7 changes to the starting 4-pack for France that maybe Galtier just tried to do too much heading into the second game. But for this tour, it was all about giving those guys chances. They've had one now. I wonder what the lineup will look like heading into Test match number 3. But for New Zealand, I mentioned the 6 try scorers. Certain players for the Kiwis really stepping up. Ardie Savia being one, Cam Roigard being another. Fabian Holland, once again, seems like he's just locked that number 5 jersey down. Tui Pelotu coming into this lineup for Scott Barrett after his injury just looked like he was meant to be there. And he probably will have to be with the injuries that we could see for the All Blacks heading into the third test. The backline, you know, whether you like him or hate him, I actually think Rieko Ioane had a pretty solid game here for New Zealand. He didn't do a whole lot wrong. He defended well just out from that New Zealand goal line, scored himself the try, and made a couple very good decisions throughout that contest. Narawa sadly wasn't as busy as I hoped he would be. We saw a lot more of his defense, which honestly isn't a bad thing because that man is a phenomenal defender, but we didn't get to see that pure attack that people wanted that maybe would have booked him a spot in the AB's 14 kit for the near future. Will Jordan, once again, he's Will Jordan. He did well, having some great moments out there on the field as well. But overall, entertaining game. New Zealand righting some of the wrongs from last week. A little bit more ill-disciplined than the first test match, but still a lot of progress in the right direction, I feel. If France had gone with their same lineup as last week, perhaps this could have been a lot closer. But once again, when you're rotating your team as drastically as the French have here, you're always going to have a few errors, a few people not quite on the same page. And we saw that in Wellington for this match. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be doing the live commentary for the AUNZ versus British and Irish Lions matchup. That is kicking off in less than an hour's time. So if you are new, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this match, as well as who you would have given the man of the match to in the comments. And I will see you all for the next one.